Well, good evening, people. It is Tuesday again. So that means hopefully you're here for business owners smashing it online. If you are, you're in the right place. My name is Nick Cree and I am your host for this evening. And tonight's topic is all about how to sort of a high converting lead generating website. So before we get into that, let's find out who's in the room. Totally voluntary, of course. So you can introduce yourself, tell us what your business is, and what is it you're hoping to learn tonight, or what are you hoping to get out of tonight? What is it that brought you here tonight? So your name, business, and what are you hoping to get out of tonight? So who wants to kick us off?
I'll kick off, Nick. Can you hear me?
Excellent. How are you, Michael?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. I sort of got several things going on the side, but the main thing I'm doing at the moment is redoing a website for a mate for his business. And a lot of what you're talking about really flows into what I'm wanting to do for him. So I'm really looking forward to getting a bit of perspective on that. I have done a few websites before, and part of what I'm here for is to sort of see if what I'm doing lines up with what current practice is and your thoughts on that sort of thing. So
excellent.
So that'd be good. Thank you.
All right, that sounds good. Oh, well, definitely the right night to be here tonight. So and it will be interactive as well too. So feel free to jump in and share some of your thoughts as well too.
Thanks.
Oh, all right. Who else we got here tonight? So tell us your name, business, and why you're here tonight. What are you hoping to learn? Anyone really? Just push the button and just come on in.
Yeah, hi Nick. It's Fred Gillen again.
Oh, get it, Fred. How you going?
I'm good, buddy. Always here to find out what tips you're going to give us. Because it's amazing what you come up with every week and how you do it. I don't know, but it's usually pretty good shit.
Excellent. Oh, we'll see what we've got in the wings for you today. All right, who else we got here today? So time for a couple more. Give us your name, serial number, a unit. No, that was the army. No, just name, business. And, what are you doing? How are you, Ron?
Hey, mate. How are you going?
Good. Who's that? Paul, is it?
Paul Sheaf here from Paul's Production Site, creating engaging video content for business. And I specialise in videos for websites because video is the most engaging medium you can use to get your message out. And a website without video is just leaving money on the table.
Excellent. Oh, well, that is good to have you here because you are absolutely 100% correct. So go with you on that. Excellent.
To find that little morsel that you will add to me, and I've got to go and let Chinese man in, just delivering my takeaway.
All right, sounds good. All right. All right. Who else we got here tonight? Is that Ron who's got his microphone unmuted there?
Yeah, g'day, Ron here. Ron Beswick here. And our focus is on inspiring over 50s to discover that the best is yet to come. And yeah, tonight, just been dabbling with the website for a few months now and just keen to find out how close I am or not to what I should be doing. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, hopefully this isn't your opportunity to totally scrap it and rebuild it from scratch again.
Same. I hope so too.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Time for a couple more. Anyone else want to sort of jump in, tell us who you are, what your business is, and why you're here tonight? Hey, Margaret, how are you?
Good. Hello, everyone. I've just launched into my first, I've got a product and it's called Plant Tag ID. It's a garden tag and I'm just new to social media and that's why I've just sat back in the background and I've decided to go forward. So I need to just see what would attract people to my website.
Excellent. Hey, that product sounds pretty exciting as well too. Does that mean that I don't have to remember what plants I planted in the garden?
Exactly. Exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I won't surprise myself putting the wrong herb into the wrong things when I'm cooking.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
excellent.
Right.
Oh, well, good to have you along tonight. That's great. All right, lucky last. Who's going to be our lucky last one to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, your business, and why you're here tonight.
I can give it a go, Nick.
G'day, Neil. How are you going?
Neil, good, thanks. Yeah, my business, I've been working for many decades with groups in different places, but never really in a paid position, a paid role. So I like group facilitating. So my particular focus, learnt after many decades of working in different countries, is how to help groups to sustain their outcomes for the long haul, whether that be families or organisations, NGOs, government groups, academic groups, churches, whatever. So my website, I've got one there, but I'm at the point of needing to do a better video, because the one that I've got there, the only video that's ever been done of me that I'm aware of is one that's about 12 years ago up in the mountains of India. And it's not very good quality, and I didn't even know it was happening, and it's not of me front on. So I really want to, this week, I'm actually going to be rebuilding another demo video. So this is very timely for me. Thanks.
Excellent. Perfect. Oh, it sounds like a good time for you to be here tonight. All right. Well, welcome along, everyone. If you've just arrived, this is the Business Owners Smashing It Online webinar, our regular Tuesday webinar. It's for entrepreneurs, business owners, people with an entrepreneurial seizure, as Michael Gerbert calls it. And it really is to help you with online apps, tools, processes, strategies, so that you can scale your business, you can grow your business, but more importantly, you get to save some time. The most valuable asset you've got in business is your time, so we can save time and also help you to make more money as well too. All right, so we do have an agenda tonight, as always. I'm hoping you can see a screen that says the agenda on it. Just give us a thumbs up if you can see that, so I know that we're in the right place. Excellent. Everything's working tonight. So we will kick off very shortly with some cool online tools. I've been online having a look at some of the latest and greatest tools that are out there. I think Fred mentioned that, so wondering where I get all these tools, but here's an interesting statistic in that there is something like 150 odd new apps are released into the marketplace every single day. And these are just business apps. These are not games or anything like that. These are business apps. So there are a ton of new apps being released all the time. The trick is to be able to go through them and see, which are the ones that are sort of useful and helpful, and which are the ones, we should possibly pass by. So once we've been through that, we'll hop into our main presentation, which is to discover what makes a high converting website. Probably make this a bit like a workshop as well. So if you do want us to have a look at your website and have a bit of a review, drop it into chat, and then I can then we can sort of do a bit of a live review on it as well too. I won't be overly harsh, so don't worry about it if you throw it in and you sort of think that there are going to be sort of comments that are sort of overly sort of detrimental. It's not about that at all. It's all about sort of what can we do to improve it. So it's a great opportunity to think about improving, your website. It might be just one or two things as well. So if you do want us to have a look at it during the session, just drop your website into chat, and then we can open it up and have a look at it. And as we go through, there'll be time for questions, prize draw at the end, and of course you need to be here in the prize. And then we'll close off, announce the next event before we close off. But right now, would love you to pick up your phones or your computers and let's check into your platform of choice. So whether that be Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, whichever one it is, just open it up. And I've got Facebook on the screen here, which is one that I use. And feel free to create a post. So we normally create a post, just tap on that. If you're doing it on Facebook, you will get a screen come up from the bottom. One of the options in that screen says check in. If you tap on that, it will bring in another screen which says check in, and there's probably some places around you. So you may or may not see Business Owners Smashing It Online. If you don't see it, then you can go into the search bar at the top there, type in Business Owners Smashing It Online, and once you see it, you can tap on it, and then feel free to tag tag me in. If you're here with someone, tag them in. If you think someone else would benefit from this and should be here as well, let's tag them into it as well too. A couple of reasons why we do it. Obviously, it helps to spread the word of this event even further. And also for you, it helps you to build your social profile and digital footprint as people are stalking you around the web and finding out a bit more about you. Sometimes the things that they have a look at are, cafes you go to. Everyone puts their favorite cafes down if they're there, but also things like, the personal development and professional development that you go to as well too. Sometimes, as people jump onto your profile, sometimes those are just enough for them to pick up the phone and call you or shoot you through a message on Messenger. All right, so let's have a look. Our cool online tools wrap up for today. All right, so I've done a tricky thing today where I've got two screens going. So can you see a white screen now that has great. All right, so this is our first tool. It is called Process Street. So what Process Street is it's a pretty clever way of designing workflows that you can share with your team, your staff, clients, or if you're into some sort of production, it can give you a step-by-step process for people to follow. So inside Process Street, they have sort of a dashboard here, and you can see that there's 3 projects in my one at the moment. And what it looks like is a checklist. So, as you add all the steps in here, they're like a checklist, which is what you see down the left-hand side. And so you can support all of your steps, and it works well for like let's say a system of procedures manual. You could use it like that, or for a process that people need to go through on a regular basis. And as you click on each step, then you can have a description of your task over to the right-hand side. You can embed videos into it and images into it. So if you've got some let's say annotated screenshots, or you shot a quick video to show how to do something, you can add all these into Process Street as well too. There's no reason why you couldn't deliver a course. If you've got courses, this is a method of being able to deliver courses if you don't have any sort of courseware, or you haven't subscribed to a courseware program. So it's a good way there, and then people can just sort of check off the steps of the course as they run through it, and obviously through their process, they can check things off. And you can see the checklist down the left-hand side. You also have checklists in the main description of it as well too, so that people can. It is checklist driven, and it is a effective way of controlling what people are doing in terms of processes. The other good thing about it too is that you can have a master copy of a checklist. So if you've got repetitive recurring tasks, then you can have a master checklist, so that once someone gets to the end of it, ticks off the last item, then you can spin up the next template for exactly the same task, which might be repeated tomorrow or might be repeated next week. And you can set it up to happen automatically as well too. Now people can comment on them as well too, and you can see there's an inbox up here, which is where you will get messages for yourself on things that have been, say, completed, or if there are any questions on it as well too. So that one there is called Process Street. So the URLs for these, we will pop these into chat. I think they're already there. There you go. It's in chat already now. If you're not sure where chat is, if you have a look at the bottom of your Zoom screen, you will see a group of icons, and one of those icons is a speech bubble. If you click on that, that'll open up chat, and at the bottom of chat, on the bottom right-hand side, you will see 3 little dots, and those 3 little dots, if you click on that, gives you the option to save the chat. So all of those links, you can save it in the chat, and then you can go back to it at a later stage to click through and have a look at it. So it means you don't have to worry about whether you've written down down the spelling of it correctly. The thing about saving it is it's incremental. So if you save it once, you can come back and save it again. It'll save to the same document there. So if you go ahead and save it now, and then you can save it at the end of the section as well too. All right, next app that I have for you is one called Go Full Page. Now, what that is it's a screenshot tool, and what it allows you to take a screenshot of the entire web page that you happen to be on. So some of the screenshots software that you've got will take it to, you can just get what's above the fold or what you can see on the screen. But this particular one will allow you to take a screenshot all the way down to the bottom of the screen. And it's a Chrome extension. And so you need to use the Chrome browser to use it. You'll see an icon on my screen. You probably can't see it that well. It's on the top right-hand side. I've just got my cursor over it now. If I click on it, what it's doing now is it's now capturing the screen, and it will save it as a PDF or a PNG image, and you can edit it, or you can just download it, annotate it, and use it how you will. So is fullpage.com. So it's great if you, that tool is great if you, let's say if you're building a website and let's say you've got someone else building it and you want to make some comments about what's come through, you actually just use this tool to take a screenshot on it, and then you can sort of jot down text on it and descriptions and arrows and annotate it so you can send it back to let them know, what's happening or any changes that you want to make. And you can do it for sort of grabbing images and text that you want on a site as well too. All right, next one I've got for you is one called Keywords Everywhere. So again, this is another Chrome extension, and there's a little button up at the top here. And what it does, this extension, is it actually analyzes the keywords in the website that you're in at the time. So it'll do things like analyze, what keywords are there, what trends are with those keywords. It let you know what competitors are doing. So give you some analysis of competitors, and it'll help you find some opportunities to, for words there or keywords or key phrases that you might want to write on or optimize for your website, for your YouTube channel, for your web properties. So it's a great way of seeing what your competitors are up to. So you can go into your competitor site, use this tool here and see the sorts of keywords that they're using for their website and how well they're performing. So so you can use it on yours, use it on your competitors, and it gives you sort of some really good data in terms of what's actually happening in search there. So that one there is keywordseverywhere.com. And because we're on websites today, I thought that it might be helpful to just spend a bit of time on things like SEO. So if you're not familiar with SEMrush, so SEMrush.com is a website which is dedicated to search engine optimization. They've got a whole lot, they've got a search tool in there, which will help you to analyze your site as well. So this keywords monthly, this gives you a snapshot of what's actually happening on your site or someone else's site. The SEMrush will give you some quite deep analysis as to what's happening. Now you do have to pay for SEMrush. I think they do have a trial plan, and if you're paying for it, it's not particularly cheap, but it is. It certainly is worth the money if you're trying to build a decent SEO strategy for your website. But what they do have on here, and this is what I want to show you today, is not actually their tool, but some information they've got on their blog and on their the research that they publish here as well. So this particular one is an SEO checklist. So it might be handy to have as we talk about, so what makes up a high converting website. One of those things obviously is having, good search engine ranking so that you're appearing on at least the first page of Google, because if you're on second page, then that's as good as being on page 200. So having sort of, just understanding some of the basics, ensuring that you cover off some of those basics means that you give yourself the best opportunity to get up onto page 1 of Google. And chances are that a lot of your competitors are not doing this. So even if you go and do it, that'll start to push you up above your competitors that haven't really paid attention to this. So a good thing about this particular site and this article here is they do have a checklist that you can follow. You can download a copy of the checklist. Just below the image there is a link to download it. And then you can go and use that checklist to either yourself go and check your website and do something about improving the SEO on your website, or you can give it to a web developer or marketing person to help them to run some optimization on your website too. So there's a whole lot of information about what each of these things are and what you need to be doing. So it's a reasonable read. It's quite a long read, but it is very helpful in terms of your understanding the SEO, and there are links through this to help you to understand what is happening on your site. So you can see here there is a link here for a site audit tool, which will do things like it will crawl your entire site and tell you how well it is going. Usually in conjunction some of these tools as well too. So obviously this blog is a bit of a plug for them, and some of what they offer in their website, but you don't necessarily need to sign up to the website. You can certainly get a reasonable amount of work done just by using the checklist. And so what was that? That was semrush.com/blog/SEO-checklist. All right, and that's in the chat now as well too. All right, and the final one is, being that we're looking at what's happening with Google as well. So Google is really can be your best friend or your worst enemy. And the best way to make it friends with you is to actually follow their recommendations and use the tools the way that they recommend and the way they teach. So if you do want to learn about, Google, so it could be Google Analytics or Google Search Console, Tag Manager. There are a whole lot of training courses here on the site called lovesdata.com. Now, lovesdata.com is an Australian site. They are one of the leading providers of education in the Google space. So if you really do want to upskill your knowledge, then this is a great place to go. Don't know whether they're still doing it or not, but the courses did cost a survey. They did have a registration fee on it. Let's just have a look and see whether they still have that. I would suspect they probably do. No, can't find the cost there. But what they did used to do was, here we go, his courses up here, is that if you registered, you paid your money, as long as you pass the course, then they refund the money. So effectively, the course is free. I think they've got some deal with Google which allows them to do that, so that you can go and pay the money, do the course. There you go. It's $2.99 for this course here, and then you get your money back at the end. Again, I'm not 100% sure whether they're still offering that, but certainly if you're interested in going down this track, then it's worth asking the question, because they may still have that deal going. All right, and that website is lovesdata.com. All right, so that is our roundup of cool online tools and information today. There's more information today than necessarily tools, but being that it would fit with the theme of today, I thought some of that might be quite useful. So yes, Victoria, you can learn lots and lots of that stuff on YouTube as well too. So there are plenty of videos there if you want to trawl through and find those. The difference with Loves Data is they do run live courses as well. So if you want to go to a physical course, you can go and attend. I think they do them in Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, and they do travel the country with them as well, or you could do them online as well. So any favorites there that will keep you occupied for tomorrow, the next day, or the following day, just jot into chat which is your favorite one, or the one that will keep you busy and occupied. All right, some votes coming in here for keywords everywhere. Yeah, I use that one sort of pretty much every week. That's a really good way of seeing what's happening out there with your competitors and what's happening with your website. Yeah, go full page. That is also one that I use on quite a regular basis as well too. SEM Rush checklist. Yes. Need to know about GA4. Yes. For those, that's a good point there, Jeff. For those that are not familiar with it, Google Analytics or Google Analytics algorithm called GA4, Google Analytics 4. If you have the old Google Analytics in your site, then they will be discontinuing that in a few months. So you do need to swap over to GA4. So, and the place to do that is at analytics.google.com. And you can install both properties, so you can still have the old Google Analytics running in your website. And you can install the new one as well. It's fine to have both of them there. But it would be something that it would be wise to go and have a look at sooner rather than later, so that when they do switch off the old one, you've still got the new one running. New one has a whole lot more insights as well, and gives you a whole lot more information about your website, which is super helpful as well too. And it's a lot more user friendly. So it's not like the old days where you could to read and to work out what these stats were. It is reasonably user-friendly, so that it is fairly simple to use. And the other good thing too is that you'll get notifications for things like improvements on your website as well too. So yes, so well worth having a look at and investigating. All right, what else have we got here? We've got Fred uses keywords daily. Excellent. SEM Rush. Yep, perfect. Excellent. All right, well, that is a roundup of tools there. I think that there's plenty there to keep you busy for the next week if you want to sort of just do a bit more learning and sort of checking out on what's happening in that world.